Dysfunctional, loving, codependent. This family's crazy. Hi, I'm Cooper Rife. I am the creator of Hal and Harper, and I also play Hal.
Hi, I'm Lily Reinhardt, and I play Hal's sister, Harper.
It's about two siblings and their dad facing big changes.
A tale of siblings who were codependent with one another and are navigating their father having a baby with a new woman who wasn't their mom.
You know, so many shows are about people trying to come together. This show is about trying to come apart in a way where they're all whole individuals on their own without this kind of dysfunctional holding on to each other and controlling each other and needing each other. It's about healing from trauma, and it's about individuating.
Hal is very needy, both as an individual and inside of the relationship.
Okay, idiot, where do I pick you up?
You don't! Because I'm already here! Harper is very much strong, sturdy caretaker for him, and right now, in the moment of the show, is trying to separate, and Hal's having a hard time with that.
I think Harper is used to being a caretaker and used to taking care of him, but she wants her own life, so she's kind of trying to distance herself without hurting him, and then Hal is just trying to cling on for dear life.
I play Dad. He's the father of Hal and Harper. He's, a single dad, a widower. He's doing his best to raise his, son and daughter. He's trying to get well and be the father that these kids deserve. And that's kind of his journey.
Harper, come on. I'm just asking you what kind of songs.
I was in college and started writing like a little web series about two siblings talking in their bedrooms, but we shot it in my college dorm room. And they were just like talking about their days. It was me in college and my friend. We were like college age, but we were playing a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old.
We met, and it was more of a get to know each other meeting, and then you were sussing me out.
No, but it was like, I think I right away was like, I want you to play Harper. I like offered it to you right away.
You played a little hard to get, a little bit.
No, you weren't.
You were like, I'll send you the pilot. And then
It was really nice meeting because it was really wholesome. It's really wholesome to say like, I want you to play my sister.
Yeah, it was cute. You have said that you cast people a lot based on interviews that they do and not.
Based on these sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he saw me
Cast
and
Lily.
said, I want her to be my sis.
Yeah. I just threw out the idea, what if Mark Ruffalo was the dad? We shared the same agent, and she was kind of like,
Good luck.
good luck, yeah. I said, can you just send him like a movie that I made and see if he wants to do a general meeting?
Well, I had a general meeting with Cooper.
And then like 5 minutes into the meeting, I was like, there's this show called Hal and Harper, and I'd love you to play my dad in it.
While we were talking, he's told me about this, and I was like, can I see that? And he was, would you? I was like, well, let me read it.
And he read it like so quickly and very quickly said, when do we shoot?
Yeah, I just thought, wow, there's nothing really quite like this, and it's so healing in a way.
But we were told,
Long shot.
long shot.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
we doubted ourselves and we shouldn't have.
Yeah, we shouldn't have.
I've never worked with anybody who did everything. I'm always really kind of blown away and impressed by how specific he is as a director and how right he is. When he's directing a scene, he's also editing it. So that means he's a story editor as well.
Hal and Harper was the best script I've ever read. I just think it's so admirable for someone so young to have written something so deeply emotionally profound. It's sort of like, oh, well, I want you to keep going. Like, I want the best for you moving forward in terms of what you write next and what you work on next. I want you to be happy with what you work on next is the feeling.
that kind of toxic part of Hal that I relate to has that kind of feeling of like, oh, I really want to be taken care of by this person because you feel very sturdy and in your body, and you know who you are, you know what you want and need. So I hope people find a similar sense of healing that the family members do. I think that they really, by the end of the show, are all three on a very good path. And I think that it's really hard to get there, but they end up on this path that might feel scary and unknown, but is where they should be. And I think I want people watching to feel healing and a sense of safety inside of watching this family feel so scared, but end up apart and okay.
I think a sign of it being successful for me is if when you finish a show, you want to call your parents or your sibling and tell them how much you love them. I think that would be nice.
Yeah.
In this world today, I think is really relatable to a lot of our experiences. The way they repair with each other, you know, we're all fucked up, you know, and all of our relationships are damaged in some way. But what makes these people really endearing and funny and relatable and likable is their ability to repair with each other. And the show is kind of a blueprint for how we repair, how we speak to each other in a way that allows us to be closer and to heal and to forgive and to have deeper relationships.
Hal and Harper and Dad have always been somewhere in the air, and I've always felt their presence and wanted to write their story.